Ah, here we are again. Um, well, it has been a time, the past 24 hours, but welcome back. I seem to be having a little bit of trouble moving my mouth. How about this? There we go. That's a little better. So welcome back to the stream, everybody. My name is, as you see in the fact screen that I have right beside me, Rolendo Irth Tess Arlic Soldrak, also known as Riley Arlic. Oh my goodness. Okay, all right. One issue at a time here, computer. Thank you very much. Okay. I'm a little quiet. Okay. Oh god. Oh no, everything's falling apart. Okay. Is that a little better? Can you hear me now? Is this more acceptable to the viewing audience? Hopefully the latency problems are solved. Last time, yesterday, we had a major issue with the energy crystals creating a feedback loop that caused all of YouTube to crash. I'm not saying it was my fault, but it might have been my fault. A little louder. Okay, a little louder. I can do a little louder. Can I do a little louder? I think I could do a little bit louder. How about this? I'm a little closer to the microphone, floating a little closer. Hopefully this is more acceptable. But anyway, the goal of this stream is to talk about what we want to talk about. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to run through a quick catch-up. You see, the video for the first part of the stream is already up, which is great. But it's not complete, which is unfortunate because, as I said, YouTube crashed in the middle of the stream. So we're going to run through a few things here, and my plan is to splice the two videos together for your viewing convenience when they are all uploaded, and then we will begin the whole VTuber thing in earnest with games and other such things, which is fantastic. Okay, so as you can see, nickname Riley Arlic. I hope I introduced myself already. Height 3'2". I'm rather small at the moment. Weight 94 pounds. It comes with being short at the moment. Age still calculating. As I said in the last stream, the kobolds are still trying to figure that out with their TI-85 abacus. And you see, December used to be the 10th month, and now we count up instead of down on the years. It's a little confusing. Status recuperating. I'm still waking up slowly and regaining my power, which is hopefully going to help get more content to you all, which is really the goal. Likes and dislikes: food, curry, mango, chocolate. Not together necessarily, but I do like all of these things. Music: Edom, rock, and Vocaloid. Games: Pokemon, Elder Scrolls, Minecraft, Portal, Animal Crossing, Halo, and Super Smash Bros. All big fans of these. And then we left off here at the anime, and there's a few that I would like to recommend to you all. I found them very enjoyable for myself, and I hope that you will as well. Kaze no Stigma was a really good one to me. I really like wind powers, and I think that Kaze no Stigma did it right. Many different games and anime address wind powers in a lot of different ways. Even Dungeons & Dragons, I think, doesn't quite do wind powers the way that I would prefer. They translate that into electricity, which is not quite wind powers or air magic, if you ask me. But to each his own. Dimension W was a fantastic show, and the story is nice and concise. I really enjoy anime that are done within their length instead of going on and on and on ad infinitum. I also enjoyed Konosuba, which is a shortened name, as I understand it. The full name I am not going to try to pronounce because that is a little too much effort for me at the moment. But it is hilarious. It takes the whole isekai trope and turns it on its head in a very, very funny way. Mon Musu Monster Musume is a guilty pleasure of mine. I rather like Monster Girls and things like that, so I have that on the list. Gundam. Many Gundam series. This is a little too broad, but in particular, War in the Pocket, 8th MS Team, things like those. I really enjoy the realistic aspect of Gundam. I also enjoyed Kill La Kill, and I do have a guilty place in my heart for Sword Art Online, SAO. I enjoy those quite a bit. The latest season was quite interesting. Really interesting idea of what it means to be human that I understand you humans struggle with. Of course, it's rather easy to determine if you are a dragon. You simply look in the mirror and you are a dragon. If you're not a dragon, then you're not a dragon, and that's just how it is. Yes, I agree, Padunk Swift and Swift James. Thank you guys for being here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate it quite a lot. Counting years up instead of down, yes. Yes, it's rather confusing. Apparently, there was a guy who was very popular around 2020 years ago, and something happened, and then, well, the rest is history. So, rather moving on, things that I like, shiny objects, and I do like my kobolds. My kobolds work very, very hard for me. I'm really, really pleased with the work that they've put into all of the systems that I have here, and I hope they will continue to be loyal companions here and into the future. I really, really enjoy their work. So, moving right along. There are, of course, things that I dislike. Horror. You will likely not see me play a horror game. I am easily frightened. I have an active imagination, and when my imagination gets active, the crystals around me begin to explode in unfortunate ways. So that's not a likely thing that is going to happen. We shall see. We shall see. Not getting enough sleep. Obviously, I dislike that, and I dislike it so much that I've slept for longer than I intended to, but at least I'm well rested. I also dislike rusty armor. I keep my armor in good shape, even though this chest piece is rather old and ancient. I have kept it in very good shape all these years and millennia. I also dislike Tiamat. She is a quote-unquote queen of the dragons, but I do not recognize her as such. So she can jump off a bridge, as far as I'm concerned. Though she would probably be able to fly off of it. Or she would crush the bridge with her large posterior. I don't like Tiamat. Bahamut all the way. Anyway, extreme power nap. Yes, that is exactly what it was. Only in this case, I was drained of power. You would count FNAF a horror game. Yes, I would likely count FNAF a horror game. At least from what I've seen of it, it seems like a horror game. There are many things that jump out at you and that are trying to kill you. We'll see. We'll see. If the demand is there, then perhaps I will do it. Not enjoy it, but it's for the content, right? I've heard many other YouTubers say it's for the content. And so if it is for the content, the purpose of the content, then we shall see. But moving right along, actually we will come to kind of the thing that I want to talk about the most, which is the plans of this channel. Yes, I have quite a few plans, others that are not even on this list that I will talk about as well, ideas that I had even between last stream and this one. The very first thing that I would really like to do is play Minecraft. I enjoy Minecraft, I have played it before. I would not call myself a Minecraft pro. I am not necessarily a pro builder. I do not really understand redstone or how that works, but I enjoy exploring, I enjoy building, and I hope you guys will enjoy watching me struggle through all of that. I think the main thing that I will do is play in hard mode. Not hardcore mode. Hard mode. So hardcore mode is if you die, the entire world is gone, and I think that would be a bit rough for me. But hard mode, where the enemies are a little tougher, and your hunger goes down faster, and so it is that much more important to establish farms and protection and so on and so forth. The next thing that I would like to do is tabletop tips. I am an experienced DM. I have played many games with my kobolds, and they have introduced me to many other games as well. And I would like to share some of the resources that I have gained over time with you all, and tell you how to be a better DM or a better player, or, you know, all of those sorts of things. I have plans for my first video in this would be tabletop resources. random generators and ways to help spark your imagination so that you can get a little bit more out of your experience. I also want to do drawing streams. As I said in the last video, everything that you see, I did. I made this avatar. I made this background. I made these little placards here. I made the loading screen, and I made the ending screen. It was all a lot of work. I did a lot of learning, and I would love to share that skill with you all in the future. Drawing cute things, perhaps drawing my kobolds, perhaps drawing other dragons or other VTubers or things like that. I think it would be a lot of fun. I'm not a very fast artist, but I do enjoy drawing, and I think that it would be a good thing to share. And finally, collaborations. I may not seem it, but I'm a shy dragon. There's a reason I've slept for so long, and it's because I generally have a hard time getting along with other people. Not because of me disliking them or them disliking me, but you know, there tends to be long, awkward silences. Like this. Where neither of us really know what to say. And that's kind of how it goes. So I will endeavor to reach out to fellow VTubers. There are many other dragons out there that I hope to meet and get along with. And it would be great to collaborate with them, perhaps with Among Us or Minecraft or any other things like that. And other than that, what would we do? What would we do? Well, there are games coming out all the time, and many games that are old that are becoming more interesting as time goes on. New trends that develop. I am not really a trend setter or a trend follower, but we'll see where that leads. What does it say? Are you gonna make that plans alone? Except likely. I am not under any sort of company or anything like that at the moment. It's just me. It's just me. And that's okay. So, but I am definitely open for suggestions. So if you have suggestions, I am all ears, as they say. My ears are not as big as an elephant's, even in my full form, but I love suggestions. So please hit me up with those suggestions. And of course, in terms of the channel itself, what are my plans? So I am not super keen on monetization, right? It's not a high priority to me. I am a dragon. I have my own wealth in terms of gems, energy crystals, and the wealth of my kobold friends. As I mean that their friendship is a form of wealth. I don't mean that they themselves are a form of wealth. But advertising, not huge. Sponsorships, you know, if they come, great. Memberships, I know that there's a long trip ahead for those sorts of things. And even regular monetization is not something that I can achieve now. I must hit certain milestones before that can happen. But it is not a priority. For me, the priority is having fun and creating enjoyable content and practicing my skills as a streamer, as an artist, as a gamer, and as a dragon. Dragons themselves have skills. Magical skills, transformation skills, all I need to sharpen up on. So, that's most of what I wanted to cover, and it only took me 10 minutes to do it. after all of the scuffedness of the previous stream and struggling with YouTube steadily crashing, that's most of what I wanted to cover. But you know what? That's great. Even the difference between last stream and this stream, I've already learned so much. I also want to give a big shout out to the music artist that has made the background music. His name, I keep forgetting it because it has no vowels. It has no vowels, my friends. But bear with me, and I will find it so that I can attempt to pronounce it. That name, yes, Birkenhoven. Birkenhoven. I practiced that several times before I came on stream, and still I forgot. Birkenhoven, he is an excellent guy, was very easy to work with, made 2 tracks. So this first track that you're hearing is one that he made, and there's another track that we will hear at other times during the end stream placard and also at other times. I also learned that the previous stream was in a very low resolution, and for that I apologize. I did not realize that there were multiple resolutions that I could choose from. So this one I hope is a little bit sharper. If you are watching this after the fact, in the spliced video, it is likely that you noticed in the middle there was a lot of confusion and that the resolution was lower. We'll see if I manage to fix that when these are put together. We'll see. All right. All of them sound great. Can I suggest you to take the opportunity until the end of the year playing Flash? Oh, yes. I have heard of this, that Flash is going the way of the dodo. That is an excellent, excellent idea. I do hope that some brave and intrepid programmers out there would create archives of such, but I think that is a brilliant, brilliant idea to pay homage to something that has taught and, I guess, exposed people to the joy of gaming and the joy of programming and animating Flash itself. I, too, have dabbled in Flash in ages past, and it was a lot of fun to experiment with and animate in. So I think that is a wonderful, wonderful idea. I think I will do exactly that. And of course, going forward, I will do my best to announce when streams are happening on Twitter. You can see my Twitter handle is down there in the bottom corner. I will also sometimes just do, I think they're called guerrilla streams, where I just really want to play a game and I don't necessarily want to plan anything and just ready, set, go, and off we go. But I will endeavor to let you all know when I am streaming at different times. I live currently in the middle of North America, so I go by Central Time, but I will try to post times in Eastern Time or Pacific Time or whatever is useful. So, does anybody have any questions? Hopefully this ultra low latency is working. I seem to be responding to your chats very quickly. But does anybody have any questions or comments for me as we, I think, move to wrap this stream up? Wow, here we go. Which tabletop RPGs you like the most? For me, it's D&D 5th Edition or Vampire the Masquerade. Yes, I am a big fan of D&D 5th Edition. Prior to that, my first experience was with D&D 3.5 and then with Pathfinder, which was very similar. I did play D&D 4th Edition. It was okay. I think that's about all I can say about that. But I really do enjoy D&D 5th Edition. That is what I am playing in a campaign. Part of Tabletop Tips, I would love to share stories with you all about various campaigns and funny instances. Oh, that does remind me. Another idea I had was a sort of try not to laugh challenge where I attempt to read funny stories and try to make it through the story without breaking down into laughter. I love humor. I would love to share that with you all. There are a plethora of wonderful, hilarious stories out there. Off the top of my head, there are, for example, reviews from Amazon about the Haribo sugar-free gummy bears. That, I can't wait. So that's another stream idea I had. If I can survive through reading such a story, perhaps if you could suggest some stories, I may bookmark them and set them up for later. That would be great, but that's another idea I had just today about a different thing that I could do that hopefully you all would enjoy. Laugh along with me. Yes! Enjoy the humor of humans. That is the plan. I have not... going back to the question, I have not tried Starfinder. I have not tried Pathfinder 2nd Edition yet. So, I need to look at those. I've heard good things. They have been rising very, very quickly. A lot of people are keen on them. I think that for me, one of the appeals of a tabletop role-playing game are options. I love having lots of options, lots of class options, lots of race options, lots of feats and abilities and spells and all sorts of things like that. And when a RPG just comes out, it can feel like there is a desert where there should be options. And it takes time to get those options in hand for the tabletop role-playing game companies to publish them and balance them and so on and so forth. So we'll see D&D 5th edition currently has a lot of options, including ways to create your own race and all sorts of things like that, which is excellent. But I remember when it first came out, that was definitely not the case. And even now, it feels like there could be more, but that they're holding back in favor of the stories that they want to tell with their various campaigns, which is great. But I myself am a DM that prefers to create my own stories. I have a lot of experience as a dragon, and I like to pour that into the campaigns for my players. I already imagined that, and sure, it's going to be hilarious. I really hope so. I hope so. I've seen other try not to laugh challenges where people watch videos and try not to laugh. I feel like that might be a little overdone, or perhaps it would not be interesting for me. After all, I can only emote so much with this character. But reading along and hearing my voice steadily break down and crack into laughter and tears, I think that would be a little bit more interesting given the circumstances. Where can we find you online, and how can we make sure that we watch your streams? Oh, yes, so obviously Twitter is the main source of information where I'll be sharing most of my stuff. The Twitter handle, Arlic Riley. I was very foolish and hit the accept button and started posting before I realized that the name was reversed. So even though I am Riley Arlic, my Twitter handle is Arlic Riley. But I suppose that's not too unusual. Some human cultures put the last name first, so that is acceptable. I also have been communicating with many other VTubers, and so many of them are so wonderful and hilarious and really adorable. I cannot wait to hopefully collaborate with them in the future. We'll see how the winds take us. And other places to reach me, obviously, here on YouTube. I am not currently streaming on Twitch. Twitch has a lot of gizmos and gadgets. There's bits and other things, subs, poggers, yeet, lots of things that I don't quite understand about Twitch and streaming on Twitch, so it's not a high priority for me at the moment. So here I am on YouTube. We'll see how it goes. I do understand that Twitch has easier monetization and faster monetization. Again, that's not a high priority to me. I would rather make videos, upload the videos, have things enjoyable for you all. So we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Other than that, I think that's about it. I probably said that about 3 times. I'm not good at ending conversations. It's part of my awkwardness, I suppose. Or maybe it's just my inexperience handling humans. You see, dragons, when we're finished talking, we just stop talking. But I guess that's rude in human culture, so... any words of wisdom or humor to leave you with tonight? Yes. Words of wisdom or humor? That's a good question. Wisdom. My wisdom today would be always polish your shiny valuables. Nothing takes the energy out of a room like dingy collectibles. Yes, that is my wisdom. So Riley Arlic is your artistic name, your OC name, or your real name? Well, it is my real name. Let me pull this little thing up again. You see, it says there, right there in fact. So Riley Arlic is actually my nickname, I suppose. My real name is Relenduirth Tess Arlic Soldrak, which does not quite translate into human languages very easily, but the closest translation that I and my kobolds have come up with is Valiant Silver Dragon for my last name, Arlic Soldrak. A little bit of Old English that has survived, I think, over the ages. Tess is my actual first name, so Relenduirth is actually my title. It is a title that is in 3 parts: Rilen, and then Do, and then Irth. Yes. Good Visunumi Shadowveil. Definitely polish those shinies. Shiny coins, obviously, need to be treated with particular chemicals. Make sure to do your research based on the kind of material that you're working with. Gold and copper do not polish the same, neither does silver. Gems, some gems are more delicate than others. Never use acid on gems because it will eat through and potentially shatter the gems. I learned that the hard way when I was a young dragon. So don't do that. Don't use harsh chemicals on your gems. If in doubt, keep them in a chest. Ideally with good oak, hard oak, and iron. Keep the iron protected from rust by keeping it clean. And then keep that in a cold, dry place so that nobody can get to it. You can protect all of your valuables. Ideally, if you also line the inside of the chest with cushions and silk, that will also help quite a lot. There's a few of my collectibles that I keep in such chests deep in my cave, away and locked so that no one can steal them. Just thinking about it gives me happy tingles of security. My hoard locked away where nobody can see it and nobody can touch it. Nothing is more satisfying than that, I think. Safe, shiny objects. I'm just in my happy place thinking about it. And I hope you all are as well. So, what I am going to do is I'm going to end this stream. And then I'm going to start another stream because I have for the past 2 months have been wanting to play Minecraft. I have been wanting to make my own kingdom. I have been wanting to collect shiny objects in that game, and I really want to play that. So, I'm going to end this stream, and I'm going to start a new one very, very shortly. And then in that stream, we will play Minecraft. I hope you all will join me. I will probably play for about an hour or so. We will see where the night takes us. So, keep your eye on this channel. I'm not going to ask anybody to like or subscribe. It's not what I'm about. I just hope that you will watch and enjoy and join me again very shortly. Probably within the next under half hour. So I will, of course, advertise that on Twitter, and you will see it here shortly on YouTube. All right, y'all. Happy streaming, happy watching, and I have not really figured out a good way to end my streams, but here it is. Farewell, and see you all soon.